I seek shelter with Allah, consciously and conscientiously, in my thoughts, in my speech, and my action.
Like, our relatives would just be like, you don't have to wear it, and I mean, it's none of your business. It's my choice, and this is how I dress because this is how I feel I best represent modesty. And I feel, if I feel closer to my Lord this way, what is the problem? I'm not harming anyone.
I just need to turn this on. You know how in regular school, like public school, I felt like the only brown girl in class and I hated being brown? I actually hated being the only person without hijab in Islamic school. I come home and I go, why are we wearing hijab all the time? Why are you just wearing Islamic school? She goes, oh, because you know, we believe in everything. We believe in enjoying a little bit of dancing and singing. We believe in culture and we believe in religion as well. So just wear it when you go to Islamic school.
My ignorance prevented me from doing everything according to the rules of God. Now I know. Why should I not observe? It will be a shock. Maybe I will be losing friends even when I will change the dress code. I'm going to wear hijab on every day, on full-time basis, everywhere. Шамиль, иди сюда. Ты свободен? Вот это вот тоже название намаза.
Нет, это время заканчивания утреннего намаза. Это время заканчивания. То есть выходит солнце, все, утренний намаз заканчивается.
А, ты прав. Вот это первый намаз, вот это второй, это третий, это четвертый.
Это пятый, да.
Это пятый, да?
Да.
Ну, а здесь не так.
Ну, здесь правильно же, тоже конец, это конец.
Это confusing, very confusing. I'm not practicing 5 times a day now because I'm not ready. I'm just studying. I'm lucky to have Shamil in the house now, and he's helping answering my questions.
В общем, тут, видимо, исходя из того, что женщина начало всего, да? Фарида, мы ищем, есть ли в Коране насчет одежды?
I was raised in the Soviet Union where the government banned religion. We didn't know anything.
The first part of the How to Wear Hijab series by Muslim-based.
My being religious now is trying to catch up with everything that I missed in those years when I was raised, my children were raised. It is trying to catch up with everything that I missed.
Amira, are you ready for praying? Yeah. Can you set the prayer mats up for me? Okay. And your hijab is there. Oh, it's here. Hijab, that's the word. Wow. I shrunk in my seat. Hijab, hijab, hijab. So I go back home. Mom, you had to buy me some hijabs. And she's like, what? Hijabs. What's a hijab? That's what she said. And I go, you know, it's this cloth, it's a triangle, we have to go and get one now. She's like, where am I gonna get a hijab? Because in those days, no stores had it. There's no stores, no Muslim community like that. So then I thought in my head, oh, my mom is sinning. That's what I was thinking. And then I'm sinning, because that's what they taught me in Islamic school for 6 weeks, for 5 hours a day. That's all we're learning. That, you know, you will go to hell if you don't wear your hijab. So I was like, oh great, I better wear it. So I did it in hiding.
felt like once I put it on, all these positive changes would come around. And I think for the most part they did. I think the positive experience would be that it kept me away from negative influences. As soon as a girl puts on a hijab, I think people just assume. You don't engage in just harmful behavior, I suppose. And then bring this side around. I would know people who went clubbing and they wouldn't invite me because they knew that I wasn't into that scene, and a lot of it had to do with the fact that I wore hijab. That scene also comes along with other negative influences that I personally don't approve of because of the lifestyle that I choose to leave, and this hijab is kind of like a manifestation of that choice. I guess you could just leave it like this, but I would always bring this side up. Just have my chest covered and then hold it in place with this little pin. That's it. Ta-da!
Когда ты росла, маленькая была, ты помнишь какие-то религиозные обряды или что-то, вот когда ты росла? Что-то помнишь? Что-то было и вообще или нет?
Ну, родители всегда читали намаз. Родители мои. В Туймазах тогда мечети не было, они, ну, в дом чей-то, допустим, мы ходим, или к нам собираются, вот так. В войну вот телевизора не было, она нас учила, вот, Коран читала вечерами. Мы даже, вот у пророков же тяжелая жизнь была. Мы плакали, жалко было, как они мучились.
When my grandmother came to visit us, my parents were working and me and my brother stayed with our grandmother, and she put namazlik on the floor and began to pray. We were running around her and laughing. We didn't understand what she was doing.
Они, ну, вы же думали, что она зарядку делает.
Я сказала.
Мы это уже, ну, при вас намаз-то не читали. Мы же отвыкли.
Что я собираюсь, платочек надеть и намаз читать 5 раз в день?
Ну, намаз одобряю. Намаз одобряю. Ношение костюма мне не очень понятно, потому что это не наши традиции. Не туркоязычных людей.
Не путай традиции национальные и законы ислама.
Для меня это непривычно. Вот я это могу сказать, что...
Фарида уже как-то сказала, как-то то, что это закон ислама, да.
Потому что мы живем в современном мире, и Канада, конечно, как это называют, мультикультурная, да, и толерантность проявляет, все. Ну, у тебя есть служба, у тебя есть окружение, у тебя есть...
Об этом мы говорим часами. Какие последствия могут быть здесь, здесь, здесь. Это я,
поэтому,
что, я совсем дурак, что ли?
Поэтому, нет, я не в том смысле, что это не так легко.
Это я все знаю.
Ну, ты взрослый человек, ты сама принимаешь решения. А если у тебя в душе вот такое созрело решение, да, то я же не буду тебя отговаривать, не делай этого. Я просто могу дать совет и предупредить, что это серьезный шаг.
Welcome to Spirit of Islam. Today, inshallah, I will talk to this young lady, a mother with 3 children that decided to go into politics. Do you feel there's a challenge as a young Muslim wearing a hijab?
My challenge is letting hopefully those people open up their hearts to see past the hijab, see the brain, see the heart, and see the passion to change. I'm a born Canadian who have issues that are affecting me as a Canadian and as a Muslim. Like, my issues are the healthcare, childcare, combined with the racism of having eggs thrown at me, of having the Nazi sign drawn on my door. So today I want you guys to put your hand up before I end now and tell me what you want.
I want you to win.
I ran for the provincial elections. That was a huge thing. Honestly, I don't know how many emails I got. Shaila, you're not gonna win. But for every one of those, I got 10 more saying, Shaila, you are gonna win. As many women as we see wearing hijab on the streets, not many of them, in fact, only 3 of us in the history of Canadian politics have actually run with hijab. I was running against a minister, so it was extremely tough. And that area got the most NDP votes ever that it ever got.
Muslim Fest is just one way that we demonstrate how we take the best of everyone's culture and everyone's country and everyone's background and put it to good use in Canada.
And here in the city of Mississauga, as you know, we have a number of great mosques. And I'm so delighted. And I want you to know that you folks that have come from other countries, in the city of Mississauga, you know you are welcome. Thank you for your culture, and thank you for just being great people, good people. Muslims, you are good people.
Ну, очень красивый вот это вот.
И Диор, смотри.
Это детский, что ли?
Нет, это на голову одевать хиджаб, а сверху платок завязывать, чтобы волосы закрыть. Вот я перчатки куплю, я это куплю, я много куплю. Какие цвета взять?
Ну, белый уж надо.
И черный. Да?
Черный зачем? Золотистый какой-нибудь.
А черный, чтобы ходить совсем, или...
Какой-нибудь чуть-чуть, не как асфальт.
Слишком
оранжевый.
фонарейка. Вот розовый
вот
можно.
Хороший, смотри, вот этот
Нет,
нейтральный.
это поносный. Нет. Мне черный надо.
Мне вот этот цвет нравится.
Ну куда я с ним пойду? А в черном я везде пойду.
Ну бери черный.
Holy book, which are in Arabic, and I don't know Arabic language, and I don't want to learn everything by heart like a parrot. I want to understand the meaning. It means that I should start learning, and learning very quickly a completely new language, which is different from my language. But I will do it, I'm sure. I will do it. I tried it on in front of the mirror. I feel like a queen. Yeah. I feel like a noble person. It's like I was in a different world, in a different dimension. Some kind of purity, some kind of elevation, some kind of good excitement. I cannot put it in words. It's so beautiful. I liked it.
It is very important for us as Muslims to at least put aside culture, put aside traditions, put aside opinions, put aside superstitions and conjectures and personal likes and dislikes, and to actually examine the scripture. What exactly is this scripture all about?
Uncle Safi reintroduces us to what he likes to call cultural baggages. The first thing he said about it was that you don't have to cover the hair. And I just didn't believe it because I was like, what? I never heard that before. That's stupid. As he would say, I was fetching baggages. And like I grew up with this understanding that it's mandatory and Muslim women must wear it.
Generally, what prevailed in society were dynasties and monarchies and social orders, especially that were established by the male. They develop all kinds of rituals, but they have the least commitment to understand his message and even to put it into their lives.
I guess he faced a lot of harassment because his views were so unconventional and so different from what we have grown up with.
It's not a body of rituals and ceremonies which we do sometimes and we show sometimes by certain words we say or certain dress we put on. The Quran speaks not of religion, but it speaks of deen, a system of life.
I think one of the reasons he was hesitant to actually start teaching this class was because he had had enough of the enmity from other people. But somehow my dad managed to convince him. Thank God he did.
I told her, my daughter, many times that you are free to do whatever but don't tie your brain with something that you cannot focus. Putting on hijab is a good thing if you want to, but don't tie your brain with that.
They just kept reiterating, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna look into this. One day I would research it, and then for 2 weeks I'd be like, no, it's just the devil's playing games with me, and he's trying to make me disobey God and rebel against him. And then I would research it again after I heard like someone say the same thing, that it's not mandatory. If it's not mandatory, then why should I put words in God's mouth and say that it is? It's not really right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Officially?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It made sense, like both sides I could understand. And I was like, so I debated it for a while, and I kind of just felt like, well, it's just kind of something I felt like I needed to do almost. And so I just did it after debating for like 2 months.
Great. Big decision.
Yeah.
How many years has it been?
I wore it for 4 years, so I was like, oh my God, I don't know, like my friends and family are probably gonna freak out or be like,
It's not about your friends and family, but you.
Like I was just really worried that people would be like, oh my God, she's gone astray, But like I personally don't think I have, and I feel like it's just between me and God, and He knows my reasons, and what matters to me is how He'll judge me. So, I mean, I keep trying to tell myself that. So
Keep strong, eh?
yeah.
It is between you and God.
Yeah.
Well, I think I removed it for the weakness more than any conviction. Because it's just like everybody was like, oh, my back, take it off, take it off. My mom was like, you better not.
You better not put it on or
Take it off. My dad was like, you better take it off.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Oh my goodness.
oh my God, I remember the first time I took it off, my mom was shattered.
Yikes.
Did
you cry?
Big time. Aww. Did anybody cry in your family?
No one at all. I guess they're worried about like showing any one opinion or the other. They're very neutral. They're like, it's all your choice. Whichever you decide to do, it will support you all the way.
It was hard to take a path for me. Even though both of my parents are Muslims, my dad is more secular, and my mom is very religious, but she wasn't all her life. She just got religious later after she got me. But for me, I wore the hijab at the age of 12. And that caused a lot of problem for my dad. He was like seriously mad at me, and he would, he became physically and mentally abusive. A few times he told me to go to hell, and I don't know anything. I'm selfish because I think of myself, and I don't think about what the hijab is gonna do to him. I'm like, it's not about you. And, tell me I'm a backward person pretty much, not in touch with this day and age. And my mom, I saw her, she was trying to push me, to keep it on. But I was in a co-ed school, and I was the only one who wore the hijab. And then everybody was like, going out, partying. I want to do that too. I'm like, because I'm stuck at home with this misery, they're fighting because of me. I just want to go out and get out of the house. But now my friends are getting older. Now they're going to parties. Now they're going to places that I can't wear the hijab and go. So what happened is eventually, because of the abuse at home and the tension at home, and then the influence from the school and friends, peer pressure, eventually when I was 18, I removed it.
It almost feels like you're sinning, like, without it on. It's almost like it keeps you together morally and, like,
Absolutely.
But I feel like my morals are still intact. I'm still the same person. We love you. Thank you.
You're still the same person.
Yeah.
I do believe that we have to cover. It's not only the Quran that mentions it, and specifically the Hadith, which is the teachings of the Prophet. He specifically said it's only the hands and the face that can be shown.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, the day I took it off, I felt naked.
That's what I thought I would feel, but I didn't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't feel naked the way I thought I would. I don't know. It's breezy. That's about it. I still love God. I still remember God. I still want to please Him. And I don't think that showing my hair is punishable. I said it. Oh.
These are the clothes. I went through my wardrobe and I had to throw lots of stuff which I cannot wear anymore, like short sleeves, bathing suit, mini skirt. Goodbye to everything. Changing the dress code was like vacuum cleaning my life, which I absolutely could not predict. My co-workers did not utter a word, but their attitude was clear from the meaningful silence. A man in a grocery store began to yell that women like me blast bombs at airports. Only my Jewish boyfriend was happy, as now I became eloquently unavailable to other men in town. My dear you, something important has not yet got to your mind. My wearing hijab means that from now on, we cannot see each other anymore. I wanted to foresee what would be happening with my life if I changed the dress code. So this is fantasy. I sent this poem to United Kingdom, to the editor of this journal. Thank you for these, Farida.
Thank you for these,
Very
Farida.
kind of you.
Very kind of you. I have to say, I had a close friend who became a Muslim. We remained friends until she started to wear a hijab. Try as I might, I could not help but feel it was a personal insult to me. We had known each other for years, but now she had to hide her hair from me in case it inflamed my animal lust. I said nothing for several months and then mentioned it. It ended in a row, and we haven't spoken since. I always feel uncomfortable in the presence of the hijab. I feel untrusted. I feel judged.
I learned by heart all the prayers, and I can do prayers 5 times a day, and I'm fasting. So this is the last thing to do to change the dress code. I'm ready. I feel that.
The election was the first time that I met so many different people. And as I knocked on doors, I knocked on 17,000 doors in 4 months. And as I knocked on those doors, I was able to see into their homes and see every person live their life. Every person had the same struggles. Every person was fighting for the same thing, and that we're all same, we're all human. It was about 2 years after that I didn't even know what was coming to me. All of a sudden, after 20 years of wearing the hijab, I didn't want to wear it anymore. I just didn't want to be a Muslim leader that I had become without noticing that it happened. I wanted to be like there for everyone. I wanted to work with everyone.
We have the highest unemployment rate in the city, and as a school teacher, I see it firsthand with many of our families that are working 3 or 4 jobs just to put food on the table.
That's ridiculous, and then they can't contribute to the rest of society.
And my dad was able to get a good job. We were privileged in that he was able to go to work for pay, and Mom was able to stay home and take care of the kids. And
now that doesn't happen.
Well, it can't happen.
Every person lived their life. Every person had the same struggles. Every person was fighting for the same thing, and that we're all same, we're all human. And I felt that the hijab was, unfortunately, preventing some people to come to me when they needed help. To come with me, to be with me, to be partners with me. Can you imagine me going to Sudbury and having my hijab on? Those old women would be so scared of me.
Yeah. To tell you honestly, when I saw you, because you were a candidate, I was asking myself, well, is that like a prop?
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? Like, do you think you will get more votes by wearing it?
We're going to, I was worried that if I lose this group, this movement, this huge base, who are mostly Muslim, because I take off my hijab, then all my work is gonna fall.
Our best case scenario is public services for all. Which would mean free childcare, free home care, or senior services.
Will they still believe in my work if I take off my hijab?
I think I would be more resistant to approach you on the street if you were a hijab and say, hi, how are you?
Right.
And start talking to you than if you were without it, for sure. I can see you here right now. I don't know what your religion is.
Yeah.
But if you wear the hijab automatically, I know you're a Muslim, and I know I cannot shake your hand, for example. I cannot kiss you, or not kiss you, but kiss you. You know, stuff like that. So I know the code of conduct cannot change automatically once you have the hijab.
I recently got a job with Toronto TV. They're trying to be the YouTube of Toronto tourism.
What I really liked about Naima was her character. She seemed outgoing, but very sweet. She told me what she preferred. She didn't want to do the nightlife scene. And she told me she didn't want to do the nightlife, which was very cool of her. And she said she wanted to, get into something like museum and art galleries or theme parks. So I assigned her to that.
I think I would have gotten the job even if I was a hijabi, because the feeling I got from her was that she wouldn't have discriminated if I did have my hair covered.
It's tricky to say. I think that if she did get the job, it really represents a multicultural aspect. I think it would make Toronto TV look that we were looking for a diverse culture. It would show that more. We are a very diverse room in here, very different cultures. She would still have to have that level of outgoingness, and in fact, maybe even more, because people don't expect to see that.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Naima Alam of Toronto.tv, your entertainment host. Today we're at the Textile Museum of Canada, located at 55 Centre Avenue. Are you fasting today? One time I was at the library at York and I had pizza because I wasn't fasting, and I had the hijab on at that time, so the guy who worked at the library stopped and he's like, "You should not be eating."
Shut up, you. You should be like, "I'm on my period."
I hate it when they like pervertedly try to like figure out and they're like, "Oh."
Oh, God.
So gross. I have one friend who's still very cautious around me. He's like, "Okay, I know you took it off, but I don't know how to act around you." So he's like super, super careful. And he'll be like, "Okay, so are we still doing the air props, or can I touch your hand?" And I'm like, "Okay, this is the deal. The physical stuff is still intact. I don't touch guys, but I just show my hair. That's the only difference." So he's like, "Okay, I got it."
When I took it off, my mom didn't look at my face. She goes, "You put that hijab back on." And this is interesting, because when I started wearing the hijab 20 years before, I had to hide it from her. And at that moment, I was like, if I put this hijab back on, all this, like I worked up to finally having the courage to take it off, will just go down the drain. I go, "Mom, I can't." Well, we didn't speak for a good half a year. It was a hard time.
It's hard being an activist because you can't keep and have 3 kids. And some people are like, "Oh, you shouldn't do what you're doing because you have kids." And I never get my laundry done like it's folded. Actually, my mom came and folded my laundry.
My mom and I somehow got a hold of each other. And my mom said, "I will do whatever you want. Just let us be in your life again." One of my mother's few conditions, if any, was just wear it to our house. And wear it when people are there. So I did, the first time I wore it. But while I wore it at her house, I felt so fake. And then I wore it again when people were there. Once again, I felt like a hypocrite. Because one of the things that really bothered me, like it's a trigger in me, is when someone calls me a hypocrite. Because the one thing I learned in Islamic school was that hypocrites go to hell. Right? It's the one thing. So I felt like a hypocrite. So I said to her, "Mom, I can't. I just can't do it. So if you want me there, I have to be myself."
Atrocity! No to atrocity! Say it louder! We want freedom! When do we want it? Now! Viva, viva Syria! Viva, viva Syria! Syria!
I'm from Syria, but I was raised in the United Arab Emirates. For 19 years I was there, and then I went to college, first to the US, and then stayed there for 5 years. And because of, September 11th and all that stuff, I was not allowed to go back to the country. And then so I had to move again. I ended up in Malaysia, which is more Islamically oriented than obviously the US. I saw people spiritual in an Islamic way. And then I felt the connection again with my mom, and and I start praying again. And then I went back home. A few months later, I start wearing the hijab again. Then I went to tell my mom, I was like, Mom, today I am a hijabi again. She's tried to convince me not to do it. My mom, I know, I was like, what are you doing? I was like, Mom, what are you doing? She's like, I don't want your dad, to start this whole ruckus all over again. I was like, not this time. Not this time. And I start crying. I was like, no, this time I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it.
Hi. This is perfect timing.
Look at you.
Never seen
Как тебе мой видок?
Ну, ты просто красавица. В связи с чем?
Все, теперь я такая, как
Зачем?
всегда.
Зачем?
No legs, no hair.
Зачем?
Слушай, ты мне можешь дать пакетика? Ну, ты будешь меня такой воспринимать?
Абсолютно, конечно. А чё же я тебя не буду воспринимать? В тебе же ничего не изменилось.
Ну, вот
За исключением внешнего вида. Ни характер, ни душа.
Ничего.
Ни интеллект. Поэтому...
Спасибо. You saved my life.
Ладненько. Так у тебя сегодня паломничество по всем друзьям?
Нет,
Ты...
еще...
Вообще надо предупреждать.
А я специально.
Мы бы тебя вот встретили торжественно, так сказать. Для тебя это важный день, мы бы его отметили.
No, it's okay.
Хорошо,
Okay,
ладно.
давай, give me a hug.
Все, давай.
Маме привет.
Обязательно мамочке поклон своей.
Bye.
Ну все, счастливо.
Ты в шабар в этой одежде.
Да.
Все хорошего, до свидания.
До побачення.
До побачення. Каждый день по улице ходить, это, я считаю, не очень удобно.
Не очень удобно для кого?
Ну,
перед людьми неудобно, стыдно перед людьми или как? В каком смысле неудобно?
Ну, тебе неудобно, я думаю.
Неудобно перед ними, что стыдно?
Как ты это выдержишь? Все. Это же нам ведь это от этого, как говорится, ну, будут спрашивать там, почему Фарида так ходит.
То есть я вас в неловкое положение ставлю?
Нет.
Нет. Тебе будет сложно. Потом поговорим. No, it's not that I object. No. It's just unusual for me. That she wears the hijab. That's it.
If my family supports me, this is the main thing. If they don't tease me, if they don't mock at me, if they support me, it makes my life much easier. The outer world is easier to deal with. I'm the only member in the family who prays 5 times a day. And every prayer, I name all the 6 other members of the family whom I care about. I repeat the same things 5 times a day, and I do believe that it would work. I do believe that I'm doing the right thing.
Все будет хорошо. Allah verse.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I don't want any more responsibilities. It's just like anybody else. I'm like, what, like, I'll compare it to a divorce because that's what I'm going through right now, a divorce. I didn't grow up here, so I do not know the system. So I have this fear of like social rejection. I mean, I hear stories, there's social rejection stories. There are some like that, and some are very accepted. I don't know what I'm gonna get. I mean, I have a job interview on Wednesday, and I have no idea how it's gonna go once they see what I look like. I need to fit in because I'm desperate to fit in, not because I'm like, I don't want a rejection. No, because I need to survive. I don't have any family here. All I have, my families are these guys and the people at the protest. So,
We're gonna be with you, but
Oh,
whatever you
thank
go,
you.
trust
We're
me.
the family.
oh.
I've been here for 7 months now. I can't say that I have the same, maybe I should worry about that later, I don't know. But
I haven't experienced anything yet regarding the hijab thing. Not
Because
yet.
you haven't applied for jobs, you applied
I
for...
don't think, even if I'm applying
I had
for
an
a job,
interview a couple of
I
days
wouldn't
ago.
think that, or maybe this is my point of view, I don't want to think that I might get rejected because of it. I would never like...
You know, she's confident, I'm not.
People, they might, I mean, if they rejected me for my hijab, it's their problem. I wouldn't blame it, you know? I don't know if I'm making sense.
No,
here, but-
I don't.
Yeah.
Let's get this straight. I'm not exactly blaming it. I'm being weak. I admit I'm being weak. No. I don't blame it. I believe, I mean, it's doing its purpose, you know? But sometimes a moment of weakness, when everybody in their moment of weakness, their stronger beliefs might get shaken, you know?
Yes.
Should I wear this and this?
Um,
Just this.
I think just this is fine.
Yeah, I don't need this.
This is not, no.
Oh, yeah, king.
Oh, it's the first dinner that I'm going to where people haven't seen me without my hijab. This is the first purely Muslim event. And I was thinking of it as I was getting this, going, oh my God, should I just wear it and go? Or should I just be normal and, you know, keep it in my hand? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Turn right, Dixie Road, then turn right.
There was a brother in the community, you know, we refer to each other brother and sister, right? Who said, Shaila, I was gonna write about you in my book, because he's an author. But as soon as I started hearing things about you taking your hijab off, I decided not to include you in my book anymore. And I was like, really? And they go, yeah, because we thought of you as an upstanding individual. And now you're not an example anymore. And I go to him, wow, is that what it takes for me not to be an upstanding individual? And I thought for a while, wow, this is gonna be serious. Should I hide from my community? But you know what? People still called me when they needed something to be done. When there's a senior being abused in the community or a woman that's being domestic violence, you know? These Muslim women wearing niqab still call me and ask for me to come and help them. And I'm still going. And I show up at their door. I'm not wearing the hijab. They don't have a problem. And I'm still doing the work. I feel like the work of God. You know, when they ask me to come and help them. And I've talked to a lot of Muslim scholars and professors and imams about this, and they've all said that there are so many interpretations about wearing the hijab, and many interpretations do not state the head covering. And I'm being, you know, who I am. And I pray every night that if I'm doing something wrong, please forgive me. I pray, you know, every night about that. To this day, I still go through situations where I won't wear it to the party. And then we all pray. So when I'm praying, I put the hijab on. But then the act of taking it off, although I walked in without it, the act of taking it off makes me feel like a prostitute. I feel like I'm getting naked. So it's easier for me to walk in without it rather than taking it off in front of everyone. I feel really bad. And I don't know how to do that. That's a real brick for me, a real challenge.
Hope somebody's home. Slow. أهلين أمي. شلونك؟ الحمد لله ماشي الحال. خير جبكي ليش مضروب كولونك مثل العادة ولا؟ اف 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 هذا من التعصيب؟ من التعصيب؟ لا 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 ديري بالك امي. وين بابا؟ اعطيني يا لحظة.
شو فرص الشغل؟ ان شاء الله لقيتي لك شغل؟
لا لسه. ما عم لاقي شيء.
ابدا ما عم تشتغلي شيء هلا؟
Nothing at all. ما في شيء.
ما بارت تايم او شيء ولا شيء؟
Nothing. I can't find anything. فقاعدة عم دور وشوف شو بده يصير.
المهم never give up. Keep on trying.
لا, I'm trying. I'm doing what I can do. When I was in the US, he sent me an email apologizing. I am really sorry for everything I've done to you. I don't know how to show love, and I would do anything for you. I'm your friend, I'm your father, I'm not the enemy. I'm like, oh my God. But that specific subject never been opened again, never. All I need is once, and that was like a beautiful breakthrough, and then I can live with that for the rest of my life. Now he doesn't say anything negative about, my hijab, so. فرفشة هيك.
عم فرفشة عم بروح ما بدي. إذا عجبتك راسطين اللي مرات بعجبتني مرات ما بتعجبني.
ايه بدك تغير بدك variety.
عم غير مرة بغنيها بروح لفالس مرة بروح لتانجو شو بدها بدي أحفظ كل الرقصات.
ايوه هي.
يلا ديري بالك على حالك سارة. يلا we love you.
I love you too.
الله يخليك. يلا سلمي حبيبي.
الله يسلمك يا سلام.
يلا كيف الدشة؟
ان شاء الله. اوكي يا رب.
Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте, проходите.
Никита, привет.
There are 5 things that every Muslim should observe, and wearing hijab is not one of these 5 things. It is the choice of the woman. If she is not wearing hijab, she doesn't stop being Muslim.
Yeah.
So, what is happening now? Women who wear hijab, like me, is one thing. Women who cover the whole face is the other thing. And I think it goes from those ancient years, times, it goes as a tradition. Just tradition for those tribes who had to cover as a protective measure. But now it is everything we have in our contemporary life. I think it is politics that is involved, that influences, that spoils everything.
for me, your dress doesn't say me anything until I would like to talk with you. It is me. You understand, yeah? That's why I expect you automatically, without actually question, when I saw you a couple days ago, because I know who are you. But for another person, which I don't know, I never, trust. If you dress exactly you, it is you. It's absolutely different because we live in very complicated
Yeah,
world.
you still
and
need to
very-
investigate what kind of
absolutely,
person he
no
or
more
she is.
trust like 100%, but it's
Yeah, I
not
see.
normal actually for people. We actually supposed to trust each other, believe each other.
It is a tough world, yes.
But at the same time,
Okay, so now this is for Imad. Oh no, they might get offended. It's about pigs.
What's so bad about that?
Pigs.
So, what's a story?
We should give this to someone who won't get offended by getting a book about pigs. Yeah. Do you like it? My mom made it, actually.
Did she really?
Yeah.
She put a dye in Amira's hair. That looks awesome.
Oh, it happened after all.
What do you mean after all?
She bugged for the dye all summer.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and then she got it.
I asked you if you're sure about it, and you were like,
See, it's red.
I was 20 years
What
old.
color is it?
Mahogany.
Oh, it's mahogany.
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 Oh, what's
And hers is blue.
No.
I like the hijab. So what I'm doing now is something I imagine myself doing in the future, which is wearing it for certain events, feeling the material against my face. But the hijab to me is just like what a sari is to me. I wear the sari just to dress up. I wear the hijab for the occasion. It's to celebrate the cultures. But for me, it's not a religious significance anymore. I feel that Allah can read my heart, and that's what Islam is to me. Right? And if you notice, I say to me, because I never want to impose my beliefs on anyone else.
I thought about it and I've detached myself completely from the Muslim community. Forget about my beliefs, forget about everything. I just want to fit. Which is exactly why I removed it in the first place. That's exactly the same reason. I'm still the same person, but people are gonna accept me more because I don't have a piece of cloth on me. That's just wrong.
I think the interview went pretty well. But was I convincing?
Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know.
So we'll see how it goes. Let's see how it goes.
It's hard. Wherever you are, you want to look all pretty and, you just want to show off your beauty, but then that defeats the purpose. The purpose of the hijab is to hide everything, to protect everything I got, instead of using my body to attract the man. My mind, my talents, pretty much what I have inside, which is a lot, a lot comforting because, the soul, the mind, the heart will always stay there, but beauty, never. It will go one day when we get older, so. It's supposed to empower the woman because look at me, I'm a queen. I'm a queen. I choose who sees me and who's not. This body is my temple and this body is mine. I choose who sees me. I'm the one who's in control. That's how I see it.
We are wrapping gifts last minute because the house is right there.
Here?
And the thing is, you go to some place, you have gifts for people you think are going to be there, and then they're not there, so you end up kind of switching the gifts around for people that are there.
Yeah, don't say
So-
that. Oh my God.
No, but that's traditional.
Here.
We did the same thing. Like non-Muslims did the same thing. So
Okay.
that makes sense,
Cool.
right?
Okay, let's go. Assalamualaikum. Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak. Oh, look at you. You look so nice. Do you think so? Yeah. Oh, you have a nice, gorgeous. Thank you. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak, Auntie.
I'm an undercover Muslim now, I guess. But even to say I'm Muslim feels like a very bold claim to make. Islam, for me, in a word, is love. Anyone that draws more people to this path of love is what a real Muslim should be. I can say I'm trying to be a Muslim. I'm trying to live and embody Islam. I'm trying to live my deepest convictions and morals and values, and I might not always do that, but it's a conscious effort that I make to be one. Now I realize that it's not the scarf that has some magical properties, it's my attitude towards living my religious choices. The things that I used to follow rigidly and go by the book are fluid now, and I think they're going to be constantly changing. I used to believe in absolutes, you know, like I'm never going to do this or I'm always going to do this, and now I realize that that's just, you can't live like that. Yeah, there is always a chance that I might have a change of heart, change of mind, and I might put it back on. So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Maybe I'm mistaken, but I feel more respect on behalf of everyone around. I saw some disapproval, but nothing was expressed eloquently against me. And my life has not changed for the worse. No. So far, so good.